That's a great call from our man Vossi, Adam Doueihi, of course. I've got so many Michael Mickey stories coming out of the weekend. Laulili, who scores his first ever try, I thought he was terrific. Adam Doueihi, of course, which Vossi called supremely well there. He scored a try. What other good stories were there? There were so many good stories on the weekend, Brian.
South Sydney winning 14-zip.
Yep.
Keeps my bet on them alive.
Yes.
I've had a look at it. It's going to be very hard for them to make the 8, but fingers crossed.
Keano Kinney, who was superb for the Gold Coast.
Your man, Khan Pereira, 4.
4 for Khan Pereira. What a weekend.
Brandon Smith, very, very good.
Lockie Galvin.
LG.
He was
sliding
really good.
the DMs.
Yep, Terrell May. He would have been in my Origin team, Terrell May, but he scores another try, 80-minute performance, 216 metres. Tell me how this man's not playing State of Origin. Anyway, let's go to that game. The West Tigers, 48, defeat the Raiders, 24. So they double the scoreline. How the hell, who would have picked 48 points for the Tigers, 66 for the Gold Coast Titans, but they go back-to-back. As Hammy Goodman said, they've gone from the 8th wonder in the world to the 9th wonder in the world, which is Campbelltown.
Yes.
And they break a 10-year drought, 10-game drought, I should say.
Yeah, no, they were very, very good. I tell you what I liked about them. They were sort of there was a lot of offloads from them.
Chaos.
So it was, I think Benji just said, look, we're not going to make the 8, so let's just try and it's a way to play it.
Chaos football.
There was a lot of offloads, a little bit of structure, but Canberra were desperately awful.
Yep.
I don't know what's happened to them the last couple
of
weeks.
On the edges, they're getting them easy. They looked
slow.
There were some big try savers.
Yeah.
But they looked cooked a lot out the edges.
They did.
I'm a big Sebastian Chris fan, but he's got work to do on defence.
Well, they've been so good in the first half of the year, and everyone was, talking about them. But the last couple of weeks, this was one of their worst performances. But full credit to the Tigers.
Yeah.
Geez, it makes a difference when you got blokes who got a bit of experience. And we saw when Caesar came back.
Yep.
Obviously, Appy's the Mickey. But our man, come on the show,
you'll
get dough.
Come on the show, you'll show and go, and you'll get dough. And that's exactly what our man did.
Adam Doueihi.
Adam Doueihi.
What about when he outran KO Weeks?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah. And I love when, as soon as he knew that he'd burn him off,
went to
the Lathis Malinga came out and he went, "You beauty." It was a pretty good moment, really.
He's a good player.
And what? So listen, peel back the curtain. We can't really ask players if they're playing or not. But I strategically asked, would you be ready to play first grade? And he was adamant. Yes, I'll be ready whenever he wants me. And I gave Brian a little wink and said he'll be playing.
Adamant. He signed that 1-year deal. I would have waited if I was.
Are you blaming the manager?
No. Oh, yeah, yes. Because I know a team in Sydney's East who could do with a couple of the centre.
Really?
Just saying out there.
Yeah.
But he held, I don't know what he got, but if he had waited 1 week and then re-signed.
What do we think he got?
Well, they offered him 150.
Yeah.
And he came in and said, low ball city. I reckon they offered him 300.
250 to 300.
I reckon if he waited 1 week, another 100 huck.
I like what he's done, though. I like what he's done. Because he has been on the books and not played a lot of football.
Yeah, okay.
So I think it's the right thing to do.
Looking after them.
But that's as good a return that you'll see someone off. And as I said, Vossi called it beautifully, ACLs. And Connor Tracy's been through the same thing. And it's just good to see. And another one of my other Mickeys, Ryan Papenhuyzen.
Yep.
He come back. Just rugby league's good when the Pap's up and about. The Gold Coast, in fact, before we get off this game, just a bit of audio. Lockie Galvin on his future at the West Tigers. He looked like a young kid with the weight off his shoulders, and he just looks like a star. I was talking with a mate of mine, and I said, "Is he that good?" He said, "Mate, remember when we were 18?" He said, "We weren't doing that. Nothing like him. It's pretty special what he's doing."
Confident. Kid. Don't you reckon he looks like an extra out of one of those college movies?
Yeah.
He looks like he should be in a US college movie.
Dawson's Creek. He could have played in Dawson's Creek.
He's got a Seppo look about it. Yeah. I reckon when he goes out, he wears like a T-shirt, a Hanes T-shirt, underneath a Paisley shirt.
What colour shoes? Bright white?
Yeah.
Jeans?
Stonewashed.
Yeah.
Let's go to the audio.
Let's go to the audio.
You're definitely going to be a Tiger for the next couple of years.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to see out my contract and I want to change this club around and be a West Tiger.
Wow, it's pretty mature.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 years to go. Looks a bit like a Dawson Creek. 2 years to go.
Yep.
He is going good, and yes, that's what I asked. Actually,
Did you?
I did ask that.
Did you?
I did. No, I didn't ask that.
Ricky Stuart, on the other hand, let's hear from the great man Ricardo. I'll tell you, it'd be interesting to see what he said.
You know, don't see that as any type of praise. You know, if we can't score tries against 12 men, we're in a bad position. So I just said the same thing with the boys in there. Don't get too excited about the fact we scored a couple of tries in the back end. The game was over. They took their foot off the intensity and they had 12 men. So.
Okay, let's have a look at this, Brian. Who do Canberra play next week? Because they've just been dished by the Cowboys.
Yep. Down at home, which was
at home. They've already been lapped by the Sharks and the Roosters down there. And they were building beautifully. I know Jamal Fogarty's still a few weeks away, but who have they got next? They have got, oh dear, Melbourne Storm at Amy Park.
Yeah, they've got a good record there.
They've got a good, decent. They've probably got one of the better records against Melbourne, haven't they?
Now, you might be just a week too early or a week too late with the Dolphins, because the Dolphins were coming for them.
I know.
They looked a bit sluggish. I tell you who looked sluggish. The Warriors. I know the Titans were very, very good, but the Warriors took a lot out of them. Out of the Melbourne game when they were over there in their heavy legs.
Oh.
It just looked like they were slow. And I mean, this happens. Sometimes you're playing a game and everything comes off. Like Jaden Campbell's kicked, 11 from 11?
Yeah.
Please tell me he beat Rat's record.
He did. He did.
He beat a record. Was it Rat or was it Scotty Prince?
It wasn't Scotty Sattler. We're going to speak to Rat and Sats a little bit later on. It's amazing the sliding doors of any given game where the Raiders very early had the Tigers on the hook, making breaks. They shifted. Naden gets the intercept, and off they went. Galvin scores a try. If they score early, Canberra, you're not to know it's not going to be 40-0 the other way. It's just funny how the emotion of a game and, the crowd got into the game immediately, didn't they?
Yeah. And they haven't had much luck out there, have they, at Campbelltown? Who'd you tip?
I tipped Canberra.
Yeah. I don't know. Sticky's going to give it to him during the week. Well, will he? Maybe he did last week.
But you're right. They got a good, decent enough record against the Melbourne Storm. So anyway, we'll see how that plays out. In other games, Brian, excuse me, what else? 66-6. Right. So what does he do now? I actually think if I'm Coach Webster, I'd almost adopt the Tigers' spirit of how they played Canberra, because they do play a very much high percentage Panther game.
Mm.
I like the chaos the Tigers threw at them, and they've got more upside, the Warriors.
Look, let's not forget they should have been 20-0 up against Melbourne last week. So I don't think it's all doom and gloom.
If they win that game,
Warriors.
do they win this or nothing changes? Did that break them?
I just think they just look really, really flat.
Mm.
And it can happen. The other mob, we know, are fast, and we know they can score points.
And they were also, too, they had the combination of a couple of real poor performances. You're back home.
Fafita was back in. It was dry.
Yeah.
It was really, really dry. It was just one of those days. And I've been on both sides of the coin there. When you just try, and the Warriors, like poor Egan, kept dropping the ball. Oh, he wasn't alone, but the other mob, they just had the hot hand.
What about the
and the send off? The sin bin was a disgrace.
What about the ride and the overreaction for rugby league? Full stop. Where there was 2 weeks worth of Egan's got to be in the New South Wales side. That's gone dusty quiet. There's all these outlandish statements being made.
Well, it's recency bias.
Yeah, it's recency bias. Exactly right. Des Hasler, recency with Kieran Foran. What did he have to say around his bias?
Well, if you rub a fossil long and hard enough, you get a diamond, don't you? So.
What was that? What was that phrase?
If you rub a fossil long and hard enough, you get a diamond, Brian.
Please play the Huck Tui right now.
That Huck Tui!
Yeah, nice work, tourist. It's only taking you an hour and 15 minutes to get our little fossil up.
Roosters back in the winning circle. The Cheese was motivated. We thought that'd be the case. Dreary conditions on the Central Coast. Just on that, right? So this was on the Saturday. And I know we broadcast out of Sydney, so apologies to everyone else who's not in Sydney listening to it. Is it raining right now, Brian?
No.
You know why? It's not Saturday.
Yeah.
It rains on Kids Sport Saturday. Every Saturday, It bloody rains.
Yeah, which I'm not too unhappy about. I know a couple of high-profile footballers came out and said,
Yeah.
well, you know what, for me, I love it.
Yeah.
'Cause netball stinks.
Yeah.
Netball at Heffron stinks. It stinks when it rains. It stinks when it when
So
it's
if you get
windy.
an RDO, Tick.
Oh, so, and the problem is you got to wait
Oh.
until so the little one's game's 11. They won't call it off until 10.
Yeah.
So I'm hanging around. Britt was hung, so I was going to have to drive out, and I'm just going, please no.
Oh.
And as soon as you get that, app,
Dun.
you get the little app and you light up and goes, netball is cancelled, and I just go, I just stuffed my face with a combo with Bill and Tony's.
Did you?
Just give it to myself.
What, pre-lunchtime?
No, about 1.
Oh, did you? What'd you have? Tell me what you
I
had.
had the combo. I had chicken
Yeah,
schnitzel.
but chicken
Veal
schnitzel?
schnitzel.
Veal schnitzel, yeah.
Veal schnitzel, combo, and about 17 litres of orange cordial.
Yeah, but when you say combo, what do you mean? Like what?
Penne
bowl.
bolognese.
Penne bolognese.
With cheese.
On top of the schnitzel?
Veal schnitzel, cheese and sauce, garlic bread,
Oh,
garden salad,
that's a beautiful
5
thing.
litres of orange cordial.
Oh.
Dab the bread with the butter.
On your Patrick?
Put the butter underneath my blurter because it was too hot. too
That huck to it.
Yeah, huck to that. Then I just scooped
Were
it
you
all
on
up.
your Patrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, you love a Patrick meal, don't you?
Love it. Well, everyone brushed me.
Yeah.
So I just thought, you know what? And I went next door to the Lord Roberts and
Yeah.
had a punt and won.
Oh, Brian.
It was a perfect day.
Brian, that's fantastic.
Oh, God, it was a good day. Bring back rainy Saturdays. Chooks, very good. Thanks.
Oh, we've not broken yet.
No, we
Oh,
gotta go.
okay. Sorry. Okay, let's go to the Chooks. 26-8. They can win the comp, can't they?
Of course they can.
Yeah.
Cool, I've got 1,000 reasons they can.
Have you got 1,000 reasons? Jarrell Skelton was good. They've done a great job, the doggies, haven't they? I know that they were down on troops, by the way.
Just didn't handle the wet.
Cromie. What are you really gambling with? I've got an early play on the feed. And I just...
Feed us.
Oh,
Just give us
it
a little
relates
bit.
to the... How do the Sharks not cruise by the Bulldogs? The Sharks are fully fit. They've already towed them up 13 plus. The Dogs are a man down. Kurt Mann's out, speaking of which. Who else are they down? Connor Tracy's
Yeah, he
in
won't
some
be.
doubt.
I don't think he'll play.
Preston's in doubt. The long list. Sherry's in doubt. The long list goes on. In what world? Thank you, Sparty. Melbourne Storm 30, Dolphins 24. Raved about this game. Before we talk about this, here's Craig Bellamy on my favourite player ever in the National Rugby League.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I'm being honest here, I wasn't all that keen to play him NRL straight away. I thought he just might won the game in Queensland Cup, but I've never seen him so confident to come back after an injury. And he was pretty firm on that. He was ready to play NRL. He was just so confident about, being able to come back and play well, do his job. And there's been times in the past when he's come back where he probably hasn't shown that sort of confidence.
Okay, tourist, can you play this, please? Can you play this, please?
Guess who?
Okay, so who was he talking about, Brian?
Pap.
Pap.
Yeah.
He doesn't mention him. He was talking about the Pap.
Yeah, that wasn't that hard.
Yeah, that's okay.
Give me a hard one.
Okay,
I'm ready
I'll
for
give
it.
you one later.
And a question as well.
Yeah.
Pappy, when he always comes back, because we know he's had a few injuries, it usually takes him a couple of weeks, probably 2 or 3 weeks. He was up and about
He was up and about.
already.
Just
Having that. There was one play where I tell you what it was when Warbrick went down and beat Herbie. He looked inside and he had Pap inside, and the whole about 3 or 4 players just stopped.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful thing. I don't know whether if they had Meany back there or
Miney or Mo.
Yeah, or Sewer, Farlongo, but it was just because it was Papenhuyzen, and the defence saw, it's Pap, righto. You just got to hold off for a split second, and then Jahrome was gone.
They were a bit unlucky, the Dolphins. Like, one of the tries, it just checks perfectly.
Yeah.
It's heading into touch. Jahrome Hughes, Dalian halfback of the year.
Oh God, he's good. He's good. He's in this form of like Joey, where
He is, mate.
you know that when he's got the ball, and you're a Melbourne supporter,
Yep.
you're going to be okay. Like I was so confident they were going to win that game because you could just see how Jahrome was playing.
Yeah, wow.
Like what did he lay on for?
He's been doing it every week. He's lost one game this year.
He's a terrific.
I think he's won 11 from 12 or something stupid.
You know when they're going good. You know when that little kick when he kicked over to Warbrick, It was like 6
10
inches.
and 1. 10 and 1. Thank
6
you,
inches from
Brooksy.
the sideline.
Yeah.
Dink one over.
Yep.
And you used to watch it, and people say, Joey would do it. No, he's blessed. But they keep practicing.
Of course.
They practice and practice and practice. But
the brick looked good, didn't he?
The brick, I'm saying, how long has he been in the game for now? Is this his third year? Third year. I'm saying most improved year on year.
Really?
Yellow Brick Road.
So why don't we have a Dally M most improved? Do we need the stupid Dally M interchange player of the year? That is the most stupid award.
Yeah, I don't like the rep player of the year either.
That's the Wally Lewis medal already, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know we're sort of excluding the Kiwis and all that sort of thing, but we don't really play in-season tests anyway.
No.
Not so much. So just Wally Lewis medal, your heart out and brush that. Bring in the best defensive player of the year. What do you think about that?
No.
We've got the top point scorer. We've got the
Snoresville.
It's
Snoresville. How are you going to judge that? Just by tackles?
all of it, all
Yeah.
encompassing.
Well,
not most tackles.
effective tackles.
Combination of all. Like just get a jury together and go.
Well, Terrell May is, and stats show, the most effective tackler.
There you go. Well, then give him
in
the
the
award.
game. Oh, he's the Mickey.
If you're sort of top 30%, 20% for most tackles, and
Tackles, yeah. No, leave me out of that, sure.
okay, all right, okay,
Leave me out of that. Try of the year? Do you like the try of the year?
we do that, don't we?
I don't know.
I think we do that.
We do that, or does
Rabbitohs 14, Seagulls 0. They're just
Bludger of a game.
They're
Bludger of a
of
game.
a game. Campbell Graham, he's been teasing us all year, but Ben Hornby, I love the way he's a straight shooter. There's a lot of Wayne Bennett in the mannerism which he talks to the media. He hasn't been training with us at all. He hasn't touched a ball. He's still a long way off Campbell, if at all.
Oh,
It's a bit of Dr. Zeus around that, isn't there, from Benny Hornby?
Here we go.
He hasn't been training with us at all.
Sorry.
He hasn't touched a ball. He's still a long way off Campbell, if at all. It's good.
Bulldog Bob wants to whinge about the Sam Walker. Why wasn't Sam Walker placed on report in Symbiont for his coat hang on Jacob Kiraz early in Saturday's game? He had both feet off the ground when he hit him. A Symbiont of 10 minutes can change the flow of a game. But not saying Dogs would have won. Walker was subsequently charged and fined $1,000. If Walker was JWH, would he have been sin binned? Don't know. I tell you what, the
Do you get a bit of grace being a little bloke?
I'm sure they look at who's done it, and if they got form.
Yeah.
Geez, the Powell one was bad.
4 weeks.
You compare that.
He's playing good too.
Junior Powell.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Very good. They've re-signed him too. Up next, we'll take your calls, 1300 01 1170. Be in with a chance to be Call of the Week. Thanks to Wicked Group, your premier partner for authentic memorabilia and comprehensive fundraising solutions.